looking through the internet.
So, sorry to interrupt, but remember how Maya and Phoenix a little bit ago were talking about how there's two possibilities. Either
the alibi, or sorry,
either the
master mask is fake or the photo is fake.
Right.
And I think, obviously, the master mask is fake because it's not Ron.
Right. Well, what if it's not just Master Mask in the photo, but the photo itself entirely is faked?
How would this photo be faked?
Well, given the fact that the box appears to be clean, even though, yeah, it could just be turned around, but I'm pretty sure all parts of that box have paint on it.
It would have been the bottom. So, and we see both the bottom and top. Even if it was upside down, the paint would be on the top, you know?
I suppose.
Because the paint was on the bottom and it was long ways, you know?
Yeah.
Or short, whatever. You know what I mean?
Wait a second. So, when Adrian was carrying the box, didn't the whole thing, like, it falling and shattering and falling out, didn't that happen because she picked it up and the thing, like, it slid open and it fell out the back after she picked it up?
Something like that, yeah.
Why wouldn't it happen here? Because clearly, that's just another part of the face of the box. Where's the door and the label and everything saying Sacred Urn?
I don't know.
And if you picked it up that way, then what happened with Adrian? Wouldn't the thing just fall out the back while he's carrying it?
I mean, you would think. I'm trying to figure it. So I don't know how the photo would be fake because they even have the paint. You know?
I guess. And the statue's not there because it arrived late and then she used it to cover up the paint splatter. Right?
Yeah? How late did it arrive, though?
That's a good question. Do we know? Carried into the basement warehouse the day of the crime, moved again that night.
No, that's not. Oh, whoops.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so on the day of the crime, it was brought down there and put under the cart to cover up the paint splatter. Which means it was moved later that night at some point between this photo of the urn and after it was broken and repaired by Adrian, right?
Yeah. I just thought I'd check that.
Why wasn't... Now, Atme claims that he moved it, or it was moved because somebody attacked him with the sword from the statue, which is bent and laying on the floor.
Yes. We still don't have an explanation as to how that got bent.
Well, supposedly it got bent after he was struck from...
But we already confirmed that was a lie.
Right. Is it possible he could have just bent the sword?
I mean, I guess.
To help with his testimony regarding that? After all, he had more than enough time to prepare. Was the same time as the murder.
I didn't mean to press that.
Well, staff have said time and time again that this photo is real, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any way of disproving that at all?
I don't think so.
So that we have to prove that Master Mask in the photo is fake.
Yes. But how?
The only thing I can think of is the brooch.
I already tried using that. I didn't mean to press that, but I'll just see what it says. Fuck. Oh, wait.
Oh, was that?
This is new.
Oh.
Okay.
Fuck. Okay, well... Are you implying that this picture is a fake?
You bet I am. There's something definitely strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse last night, and before the attack took place, and there's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night.
Very well, then let's hear what you have to say. What about this photograph do you find funny?
It's either the paint or the box.
Wait, shouldn't at this time
And the Amy Fat statue, probably.
Yeah, shouldn't the Amy statue be covering that by now?
Let's try it. The funny part is right here.
Why, this is a blood stain. Ah, blood! No, this case is getting interesting.
Not exactly. This thing is actually paint.
Oh, just pink.
Yes.
And peach colored at that.
Yeah, this isn't a Danganronpa game, so the blood's not pink.
Oh.
From blood to peaches. Sure loves getting on. Sure loves going on his wild tangents.
Oh, I love blood oranges.
The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. It turns out that something should have been there is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains?
The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, that golden statue happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there the night the theft took place, and I saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken that night, the statue should have been there.
But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue in the old bag was sitting in the corner.
Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally?
Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distance.
Ha! In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night?
Can you do it, Nick?
Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it?
Oh, Mr. Wright, I hope you're prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one who moved the golden statue on the night of the crime?
Can I say it, please? No, I can't.
Well, okay, so who do we think did it?
I mean, it's either Adrian or Luke.
Well, let's think about each real quick. So, pros and reasons why it might have been Adrian.
I can't think of none.
Reasons why it might have been Luke.
I can think of none.
You can't think of a reason as to why either one would have moved it?
Because Adrian doesn't want to move it because she was covering the pink paint that she spilled by accident. So she definitely wouldn't want to move it. And Luke, I feel like he would have no reason to move it. Like, what would that do for him?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can imagine he might have gotten out of moving it was when he took the sword thingy out and bent it somehow to, you know, claim that he was hit over the head with it.
Maybe. I'll try it. The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke Abney. Okay, that was right.
Come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions?
It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night.
That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue?
The reason for moving the golden statue, here's where our battle really begins.
Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue?
The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me. You pretended to be Mask to Mask to create an alibi by showing you were at the Lordly Tailor that night. But in this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would be exposed like cheap film during a drugstore. That is why you had to move that statue.
A single fatal flaw?
Interesting theory. Please, enlighten us. Just where in this picture does this lie exist?
You think it's the brooch thingy?
The brooch?
Yeah, because remember it was found in the statue, so theoretically it could have torn off when he was moving it.
Possibly. This is gonna take away 3 if I get it wrong.
Well, what else do you think it might be? Like, do you have any other options? Like,
I mean, honestly, the only thing I can think of is the box because the paint's not on it, but that just might be.
Again, that it's turned around and
Yeah.
right side up.
It's possible that it's irrelevant. The lie is Mask to Mask.
Are you saying that this Mask to Mask is a fake?
I guess.
Wait,
I guess that's what they're going with. Okay, okay.
I mean, that's what we're kind of trying to prove anyway, but that seems
I-
too on the nose, you know?
Right. I feel like I could have pressed either the brooch or the box, and it would have given me the same result.
Anyway.
Because it was just mask to mask itself. Whatever.
You know, I really wish you would start acting more responsibly.
Huh?
The current question is, why was the golden statue moved? So what possible connection could there be with Master Mask's identity?
Oh, buggers.
Your face has "oh buggers" written all over it. That's a penalty for you. What?
I guess I got it wrong.
But the music stopped.
It did.
Wait, no, don't save.
I have to, because I'm gonna go back too far if I...
Oh, excuse again, Mr. Trite.
The box. The lie is mask.
What? So then, yeah, you're right. The brooch and the box both mean the same thing.
Yeah. Why do you keep saying brooch?
Brooch, brooch. What the fuck is it called?
A brooch.
Whatever.
Okay, maybe it's his imprint. That's
Somewhere around here.
that's probably.
Jumping to conclusions again.
Wait. Well, let's see how this.
I think you need to take a gander in your local mirror. As a Yiddish proverb goes, a half-truth is a whole lie. Keep lying like this and you'll be the one on trial.
Okay, so that was right.
Ouch.
Yeah. I'm loading that.
Okay, so how do we get healed again? By...
It has to be through the Cyclocks.
Oh. Or by going to the next day, right?
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't close enough. Well, no. Maybe it's the tunnel.
No.
I might have been not close enough to the brooch. Yeah. Why was it moved? Naturally, the lie in the photo is a timestamp.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Lugami went to KP Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to be at the Lordly Taylor at this time.
That's how they're gonna spin it? I mean,
Yes.
Okay. But what does that have to do with the statue being moved?
Remember, if you will, Your Honor, when the statue was placed besides the warehouse door.
Well,
The statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime, and it was placed there in order to cover the paint.
Exactly. Lugami had already decided the time he was going to kill the victim. And so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place.
What the?
Of course, the statue hadn't been brought down to the basement warehouse yet.
oh.
On the day of the crime, Mr. Amy must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down in a place where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Look At Me had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match the way it had been in the photo. Oh. I didn't even think about that. So he took the photo in advance.
Yeah. Which I thought might have been have been something that could have happened, but I wasn't entirely sure. Because it said that the timestamp, and to me that meant that the timestamp, like the month, day, year, all of that matched up to the night of the crime.
So that
not just like the time it was taken.
Actually, that means there is no third person. If the photo was taken in advance, then there is no accomplice.
Yeah. So throw that out the window, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well,
Order! Mr. Atme, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? Whoa, what's that? The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime.
it's true that the camera had been set up by the Lordly Taylor staff, However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data.
Order! Order! Mr. Godot, what is the meaning of this? Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down.
My 11th cup. I've promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial. Which means I'm still good to the last drop.
However, the defense has a very good point.
A good point? So what? We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points.
I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points.
So, usually this photograph was taken ahead of time. And that the statue was moved in order to make it match. That's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied.
That is... or which is, whatever. Hello, cup number 12.
That it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams.
That's very true.
No way, don't fall for that, Your Honor.
Hey, Mr. Damask.
Yes?
If there's no funny business in your actions as Master Damask, there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So, let's hear it.
Yes. Please provide... yes, please provide this court with your testimony. Excuse me, my voice jumped a little there for a second.
You're right there? Do you need, like, a cough drop?
No, I just need to compose myself.
Alright.
About your plan to steal the sacred urn. At first, received a request from Lord Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box and Safari! It was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I know it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th. That's pretty much all the stuff we've heard before, isn't it?
Yeah, but we will find out the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave.
Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time? Safari. Very well then. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
So we're just assuming that that word means yes?
Or behold, or something to that effect. I
mean,
think it might be context sensitive.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if it's an actual word.
You were asked to guard the urn by Miss Adrian Andrews, is that right?
Indeed. It seemed that they've had heard of my sparkling reputation.
So now it means sparkle?
I guess. Is that his catchphrase? Sparkle!
I don't know, man. I see Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. You better watch out too, Maya.
What?
I don't know. You mean this box?
Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn. And she wouldn't let anyone into the storeroom. Not even me.
Huh. Interesting new tidbit.
Oh, so no one was actually allowed to go into the storeroom.
Yeah. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before?
Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance to that warehouse. However, I, Luke Acme, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers.
You mean this calling card?
That's right. That is, without a doubt, my calling card. I guess Mr. Dwight didn't make this after all.
Of course, because Abby knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him. Then no one entered the basement warehouse?
Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, People were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. Hmm.
And this photo is it? And this is the photo that proves it, huh?
Indeed. To be honest, even if a photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much.
Hey Nick, if this photo was a fake, Detective Abby might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken.
That's true. You know, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. We can prove that he's lying there. We can wrap this up and put a bow on it. And take a good hard look at the court record.
Wait a second. When we first started investigating, because it had been stolen, the first place we checked, well, the first person we went to was to go check with Adme, and it was already in his bag at the agency.
Yes.
So I guess we need to find out where the bag has been this whole time, right?
I guess.
Not a lot to go on, is there?
The detective's been covering his tracks. So only one thing we need to prove in this cross-examination. That he took this photo well before the actual night of the crime.
Alright then, how do we do that?
There's one thing that Abby said very clearly. That he had never seen the urn before he stole it.
We need to prove that he's lying.
Okay.
Wait a second, if he had never seen the urn until that night, how would he know that the urn was in the box?
Right. So, let's see.
Especially since it appeared he was carrying one that had no paint on it, when the one that the urn should have been clearly has paint all over the bottom of it and spotted up on several of the sides.
Yeah.
And it has a label and a sliding, like, hatch door on the front.
Whoops, I didn't mean to press.
But then again, he also agrees that, yeah, that's the box that it was in. So, I don't know. That wasn't it, was it?
No.
Okay. Well, on the night of the crime, we know for a fact that he had never seen the golden statue before either, because that was new to him.
Yeah.
Because he had to move it.
Nope. Okay, I'm gonna say it here, because I'm pretty sure this is what I have to press. Actually unable to see the urn. No. Maybe the urn itself?
Because it's since been repaired?
Nope.
Oh, no, wait, no, of course he's seen it before, because of the fucking poster.
I already presented the poster.
Oh.
I mean, I can try to present it again.
With the,
No.
Oh, alright, Here's my question. So, the publicity photo, that one, got taken that same night, right?
Oh.
After he was making his escape?
Well, I think you're onto something, though. The fact that it has paint on it.
Right. Also, why does he got a giant-ass, like, comical bag that he's carrying everything in? Wouldn't he just be running with the box?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It was then sent to the warehouse. How do you want to see for myself? Extremely valuable treasure. How did he know it was an extremely valuable treasure? Because according to
Yeah,
everybody else, it was basically worthless, and the only reason they kept it and prized it so highly is because of sentimental reasons.
Right. I don't think we can press that though because the
Not really relevant, but just for something to think about for later.
Yeah. Maybe. No. Okay. I was thinking, what if I had to press the same thing? Wait,
The speckled urn.
urn.
Right, that means that he
That
saw
he-
it as it was repaired.
Yeah. Mr. Emmy, if you really are Master Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct?
But of course.
Is there a problem with the calling card?
Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Master Mask had written. Take good care of that speckled urn. Now, the speckled here surely refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn.
Yes, that is true, but so what?
Truth be told, there is no way Master Mask could have known about this pattern.
What do you mean?
This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains.
Paint stains?
And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to the Lordly Tailor.
I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite.
The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error, or should I say an error-prone human. Oh, come on, Phoenix, that's not very nice. And that's when the paint got on the urn.
You can't be serious.
And yet, this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means, Detective Abby had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. And because this photo is fake, your alibi to deny the murder is no longer holds water.
Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Alright, that did it. He's broken.
Nick, I think it's still a little early for a victory pose.
Huh?
Huh. It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days.
Conviction, you say?
Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was Master Mask. And now, we're calling him a murderer? You don't think we're being a tad fickle?
That's a good point.
No way. Don't fall for that too, Your Honor.
You say that Luke Adby was the one who killed Kane Bullard? Now let me ask you this. Why? Why would he do that?
An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright. Motive. Might your merry murderous motive... Might you, my merry murderous motive manifest?
Alright, Peter Piper.
Pick a peck of pickled peppers.
Yeah.
Nick, he's getting his second wind. If he prepared an alibi and pinned this crime on Ron Delight, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder.
The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron Delight. Isn't that right, Detective?
Indeed. According to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were. I'd be honored to, Sir Old-Timer.
They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Oh, you're just gonna tell me your motive?
I, Luke Adby, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever.
You're gonna tell me your non-motive, okay.
Kane Bullard decided to investigate Master Mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Master Mask. That is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy. So the victim, Kane Bullard, blackmailed the defendant?
This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter.
What?
Really?
What? That
Really?
doesn't make any sense. What?
Very well, Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. How would Bullard know?
Why would he... Again, why would he care? Why would he blackmail his own employee?
No. Oh, ex-employee, yeah.
But still, he was the chief of security. Yeah, he might have been mad, but he fired him. Like, why would he care beyond that?
Yeah. I don't know. And who in the world is going to prove that?
I will. After doing a thorough background check of Detective Abney and Kane Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report.
Any links? Hello, there was that case before then? Whatever.
Perhaps they were connected through their work. They were both involved in security.
No.
That was blunt. In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. Delight.
We can contest that actually, but I'm gonna press everything else first.
Which point are you trying to contest? That he had no point of contact?
Yeah, because they obviously met in the previous case, Ron's first heist. Because KB Security worked with Detective Abney.
KB Security, but maybe not specifically the CEO.
Maybe, but I'm gonna still try.
And that being the case, Ron was still working there at the time.
Yeah.
Because he's got the uniform.
I know. I'm still gonna try to press
So
it.
his only point of contact technically is Ron.
I mean, yeah, but I'm still gonna try to present that, and if I'm wrong, I can just reload the save.
I mean, alright.
Mistook?
That's right. Mistook. From the Ordos Mistaka, meaning to take an error.
That wasn't what I meant.
Just who did the victim mistake Master be? Why, the answer is obvious. Ron Delight, of course.
Boy, I'd love to wipe that smug look off this guy's face. Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Master Mask?
Don't you already know that? Zavari! Take a look at this newspaper.
Yeah, you're even telling us about it.
Oh, that's the famous Tear of Emanon, a magnificent jewel. The photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely, the defendant. The defendant? The victim clearly misread this article, and Zavari! He got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Master Mask. I see. That was an unusually reasonable deduction.
Why do you keep calling him ugly, though? That seems unnecessary and also untrue.
Also, you can't really tell that it's Ron in the picture, though.
Yeah.
Like, you just notice that it's a security guard.
Right. He doesn't really have the Leia hair yet.
Yeah. Even if he does, you can't see it in the photo.
Yeah.
You can barely make out that it's a person, honestly.
Right, right.
It barely looks like more than a mannequin.
You mean this blackmail letter right here?
It says, bring $50,000.
And the handwriting is, without a doubt, the victim's?
There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it.
But I don't see an addressee on this letter anywhere.
An addressee?
This letter was discovered in Ron Delight's department, and Mr. Delight did show up at the designated place and time. The fact that there was no addressee is irrelevant.
I wonder.
What's that, Nick?
I just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delight?
Well, do you have any evidence of that?
For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling that there's something not quite right about this blackmail letter.
Wait a second, if we approach it from that angle, then that means that he was writing to somebody...
That Bullard was writing to blackmail someone else, and then that blackmail letter just got reused to...
frame Ron.
Yeah.
Do you think he blamed Luke?
I think maybe
As being Master Mask, or suspected it was Luke and was trying to blackmail him?
Maybe. Because if it was in fact written by Bullard, and might have been reused, then I can only think it was meant for Luke.
It would create a possible motive for murder, given that, he's trying to create an airtight alibi. No, because we know that he had a motive for to murder him before that. The blackmail is not the motive for murder.
Yeah.
Because remember, this is premeditated, because he set up this whole ass alibi to allow him to do that.
Well, we don't know when he would have gotten this blackmail letter.
True.
If it was actually meant for him.
Also, that would explain why, when he was writing it to, for instance, not Ron, he said the CEO's office at KB Security, not bring it to my office.
Right.
Because if he was writing it to Ron, I think he would be a little bit more personal with it.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure this out in the next episode.
Yep.
See you guys
We'll
then.
try anyway.
Oh,
Bye.